Hi, welcome to the Mayor's Report in the Village of Mamaroneck. I am ecstatic to be celebrating and talking about the second annual St. Patrick's Day Parade in the Village of Mamaroneck. I can tell you as a third-generation lifelong resident, along with other parades, this last year, I congratulate you gentlemen. It was one of the best parades this village ever had, and everybody's keep talking about it. So I'm excited to talk about this year's St. Patrick's Day Parade. Of course, we have Kevin, Mike, and Tim here. So why don't we just start with our little conversations. Mike, you want to start off? I know you're the shy.
Yeah, I'm the quiet one. Yeah, Norman, it's great to be back. We had a fantastic day. The weather-wise, I guess, was the luckiest thing we could have hoped for. It was like 55. You know, estimates on the avenue maybe somewhere over the 10,000 people mark. We had 2,500 people participating in the parade, marches and everything. It was just a fantastic day. From the start of the morning, we had Mass at St. Vito's. We had a great Grand Marshal and Jim Caloran. Just a fantastic, fantastic day.
Not to underplay it, but I think it was closer to 25,000 people. I'm serious.
Yeah.
So, you want to talk about the parade itself and what's going on, and the fact that I think when we were talking about it before, that this parade has actually grown in stature because of the success last year when people were coming to come to Mamaroneck versus the other competitions.
I think you're right, Norm. It's last year was a huge success for us for our very first parade, and we're looking to improve on that this year if there's any room for improvement. We're gonna have a few more bands and a few more marching groups, and we have our fingers crossed that we have the same weather as we had last year. That's pretty key. But we're just looking forward to a great day and a great day for the town.
Do you have some of the? Can you name some of the, not the names, but how many bands we're going to have and people marching and groups, stuff like that?
I believe we have 8 to 9 bands marching. We're going to have probably, I would say, 30 groups marching along with them. Different,
if not more.
No, we have more.
Yeah.
There's actually 8 divisions.
Right. And I think this year we're going to have 9 divisions.
And 9 divisions, and there's probably about 7 or 8 groups in each division.
Right.
So we'll probably end up somewhere between the 60 and 70 mark of participating groups.
We're talking about a 3-4 hour parade, 2 hours?
No.
It's hard to say.
It'll be shy of 2 hours.
2 hours.
Last year we were an hour and a half.
Right.
Just a little more than an hour and a half. But like we have the Manhattan College Pipe and Drum Corps is a new addition to the parade this year. We have many of the same bands we had last year, including I think the steel drum band that we had. 3 schools of Irish dance. We're going to have a few fire departments, police departments from the villages around. We've asked a few high schools to march. We're going to have the Mamaroneck High School baseball team marching again.
That's great.
With Coach Chaparral.
Right.
We're looking to expand more in the schools, have schools participate more than we had last year. And it's all starting to come together right now.
That's interesting. You mentioned schools. I think one of the things I think that you should really be proud of is that this is not just an organization that you've created to have a parade. It's your fundraise for to raise funds to give out. In general, how do you do like scholarships and stuff like that?
We will be doing scholarships this year. That was the goal of the parade in its inception, and we were hoping to give 2 scholarships to deserving high school students who are going on to college and need some help. We have 3 forms of fundraising, and it takes a lot to put the parade on. But Kevin runs a wonderful golf outing every year in September, correct? Yes. Which we raised quite a few dollars at this year. We had a staff presentation dinner for our new Grand Marshal. Mike, you should talk about our new Grand Marshal, Jim Hynes. And then we were also doing a journal this year. We're selling advertising space in a journal for anybody to advertise in, friends of Jim's, friends of the committee, businesses in town, and hopefully we'll generate enough dollars that we can give 2 scholarships away, and then we can perpetuate that and do that every year.
That's great. If anyone's interested in applying for these scholarships,
they can go on the website.
How do they go right to the website?
They can go right to the website and just drop us an email, and we'll get in touch with them, and we'll send them all the information they need.
They can just go to Google and Village of Mamaroneck St. Patrick's Day Parade.
It's SoundShoreParade.com.
Yeah. I think one of the most important things, Norman, for us getting the message out tonight is everybody needs to know that the parade starts at 1:30.
Right.
And it's over somewhere around the 3:30, 4 o'clock mark. So last year we started at 12:30. Because it's fallen on actually St. Patrick's Day this year, it's fallen on March 17th. Very important. March 17th, 2013, 1:30.
Let everybody know when to come.
1:30,
right.
1:30.
And our Mass at St. Vito's this year is the 11 a.m. Mass.
Yeah.
Okay.
As, last year we were the early Mass, we were at
Right.
9:30. So we're 11 a.m. this year.
Yeah, I just think
Get the late sleepers there.
That's exactly it.
well, we got a hectic schedule that week, so
Right.
we're on tour basically that week, so we got a lot of stuff to do. If I could just quickly mention the flow of the day for anyone that would be interested. We have the Mass at St. Vito's. I think Timmy is at 11:30. Is it with Chris Regan? He's our chair for the Mass. We have Monsignor White's going to be down there. Some other co-celebrants after Mass. Then at that stage, we all gather at North Barry. Joe Morrow is in charge of our line of march, and he's got a wonderful committee there. Alan Wilson, Jimmy Murray, they have put on the sash presentation reception. We have Sean Murphy, Chris Murphy from the Murphy Brothers Contracting Corp. That they do a fantastic job with the tent in the harbour, which Kevin O'Shea organises. Kevin is our golf chair. I'm trying to get all the committee members in while while the going is good.
Right. And if you forget anybody, we're going to get to you two other guys to cover it.
And the journal committee, fantastic job done by Paul Bryce, Timmy, Kevin, and then we have the key elements of the whole committee. That's Tanya McMiniman. She's our co-chair, an Ontarian worker with Shannon Pujadas, our treasurer. I mean, a treasurer of all treasurers.
Oh, absolutely.
And we have Sean Kyogan, Craig Sullivan, Patrick Boyle. It's just a fantastic committee. So I needed to get them all in. I probably left out one or two.
We had Rob Welsh.
Rob Walsh, Tony Accavelli,
yes.
DPW.
Right. Yeah.
Helped us out quite a bit
Yeah,
last year. What a great help he was.
Yeah.
All
And
the
this year
Tony
too.
Accavelli and
Tony
DPW, Rob
Accavelli.
Walsh.
Absolutely.
Without them, fantastic people.
Yeah, again, it's not only the employees of the Village of Mamaroneck, they're residents, and they're in essence volunteers.
Correct.
The truth. So it's again celebration of this great Village of Mamaroneck and the entire Sound Shore. Welcome everybody here. That's terrific. Did we leave anybody out? You don't want to,
I think we always leave out someone.
Stephen.
Stephen Carty, yeah, he's Stephen is just in every cog fits. He fits in every category. Chris Lee and the Village of Mamaroneck Police Department, unbelievable, and the fire department. Fantastic. You know, we walk down the avenue, we forget that they're still active on the day, and yet we got quite a number of the volunteers marching.
And Chris Reagan, did you mention him?
I mentioned Chris, yeah,
okay.
the
Mass, and he's heading up the scholarship committee as well.
Yes, he is actually. That's a huge, fantastic job done on that. The parade website, I think if you just Google Mamaroneck St. Patrick's Day, it'll bring you into the Sound Shore. But anyone that just needs to reach out to us, we're always not that far away from that website, so if someone needs to reach out.
They have Rich and Dan, they're helping everyone
absolutely,
else.
Rich
Boards,
England,
terrific.
and Rose Saraceno with the permits.
Right. It's
just
just such a
fantastic
coordination of people.
Absolutely.
Why don't we discuss the honoree, Mr. Hynes?
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I read a little of his background. He's a fascinating guy.
He's an absolute fascinating guy. I'll give you a quick synopsis. His name is Jim Hynes. He's absolutely no relation to Mike Hynes. I think he's proud of that fact. Jim is actually he's on the board of directors of Iona, and I think Timmy mentioned Manhattan, but the key focus this year is on Iona. Jim is a big, huge Iona guy. Cardinal Spellman, he graduated from and Iona. He's a pioneer in telecommunications. He's a philanthropist of he's just a great person, and does tremendous work. And he's a local guy. A lot of like a member of Wingfoot. He's a local guy. Everybody knows Jim from around town and everything like that. Just a great supporter of the village, and a great supporter of all things Irish.
When everybody's Irish on that day.
Yeah, on that day.
Mayor Rosenblum,
Mayor Rosenblum. Jim put an awful lot of kids, everybody, through scholarships to school. He's a big proponent of education, and I mean, we couldn't have had a better Grand Marshal.
I agree.
Second year in a row. We've two Jims. We're on a roll with the
Right.
Jims. Jim Killoran from Habitat for Humanity was another fantastic Grand Marshal, and now we have Jim Hynes. So I don't know if there's any more Jims out there, but we'll go looking for Jims.
Right. What about for the younger kids that are just growing up in the older stages? The purpose of St. Patrick's Day Parade and what it represents, and why it's such a proud day for not only people of Irish descent, but also why everyone joins in. I mean, it's just an amazing family-oriented event. It's just it's fantastic.
Our parade is family-focused. We want it to be for families to come out and enjoy and celebrate Irish culture and Irish heritage and Irish contributions to our community, the Sound Shore area, which are fairly deep, I think. As you mentioned, Jim Hynes, in running the scholarship funds at Iona College, has done so much for kids in need to get them the finances to go to college when they can't afford it. And we want the young kids to come out and celebrate their Irish heritage too, and learn about it, and attend the Mass if you can. The Mass is open to everybody because it's obviously a celebration of St. Patrick. So we just want to give something back to the community that we live in.
Yeah, I it's just the whole day, I guess, focused around Christianity first, and St. Patrick and what it means to us, especially being an immigrant out of your own country on a day like that, where you can, you get together with everybody. You're surrounded with everybody from all different groups and ethnicities and everything like that. And it's just a fantastic feeling of, belonging, especially in a country as great as this one. So for me personally, it's just a day of, even though it's celebrating the history and the culture and everything Irish, I think it's a fantastic American holiday, and I think it's a fantastic, it's become a fantastic Sound Shore event.
And as you said, Norm, it's for everybody. It's everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
And it's also, for me, myself, it was a great opportunity just to go ahead and to give back to the community too. I mean, to have an event, to be able to throw a party basically for 10, 25,000 people, whatever was there. I mean, it was a huge number. What a great day, and to go ahead and be able to do that, it's just, just a great feeling, Yeah,
well, a lot of it has to do with the general atmosphere and what the village of Mamaroneck itself represents. I think that the village of Mamaroneck in recent years, in the last 4 or 5 years, thankfully to people that moved in, such as Molly's, I thank you very much as a keystone. But the reality is the village of Mamaroneck gets its success from its volunteers and the residents that live here. And I think the fact is that when we went down and walked on Mamaroneck Avenue, as in most parades, but particularly last year in this, you didn't just see Irish. You saw every ethnic group. You saw every age. And it was just an amazing thing for people to get together. And what it really, truly represents is what this, not this village, but this country represents. It's a cultural celebration, and it also celebrates the fact that this is a true melting pot. And that when you come here, you all, of course, desire to become Americans, but you also maintain your culture. And that's what makes the fabric so great in this country.
Absolutely.
So you can see that that's what we're going to celebrate on that.
I think, Norman, people always ask me, why the village, even though it's a Sound Shore parade, but why Mamaroneck Avenue is such a fantastic place to parade on. And it's got so many unique qualities over other villages and over other towns. The fact that it actually ends in a harbour, that the main street actually ends in a harbour, is a fantastic place just to walk down and walk right into a harbour. Very few places you can do that. I think the width of the street, the openness of the village, that they're civic-minded people, that everybody gets involved from, like, obviously from yourself all the way down, and it's just a fantastic place to view a parade. You're coming up that hill, you got a nice long walk, you're centrally located. It's just, for me, it's just one of the best parade routes. I'm a little biased, obviously, but it is a great parade. It is a great parade route, and
especially when you Mamaroneck Avenue, you make that turn at the railroad bridge, and you just see tens of thousands of people cheering and yelling.
It was beautiful.
It was absolutely amazing.
It's a fantastic sight. The again, just to reiterate here, 1:30, March 17th, and it's I'd say just for people to come early. If you're going to come and watch it, get in a little earlier. There's going to be lots of parking in Phillips Park Road. There's going to be lots of parking in all the centres around town. Plenty of parking down at the harbour. So if even though it's closed off, I guess maybe an hour before that,
Oh yeah, come early, have breakfast, spend the whole day in the Village of Mamaroneck. There will be stores that'll be open. And
there's a lot to be done.
That's right. And actually, it's. I had people come up to me walking in the street and say, "Norm, this is great. I haven't seen you in 20 years," or go back and forth, and they just come out, and it's a community. It's almost like when you see the different programs on television. God forbid if a fire burns a barn down, the community gets together and they have a barn raising and stuff like that. And the Village of Mamaroneck is blessed. I agree with you, Mike, with Harbor Island. Harbor Island Park is the only truly open access between the Bronx border and Connecticut, where people can come in and just walk in and celebrate it. And that's we should note that the parade will end down in Harbor Island Park. And then, of course, people will be going to the different stores, including Molly's, because hopefully we can see a couple of the bagpipers again playing extended. They have such a good time. They just keep playing and playing. It's amazing.
It was interesting. Last year, I had a few merchants that I had never met before come up to me and tell me what a great thing it was for the town, for the Village of Mamaroneck, and they were thrilled, and they were going to help participate this year, whereas last year they took a step back and just watched to see how it went. Hopefully we'll get some more volunteers that way as well.
Well, the restaurants were packed that night. They were full until at least 7, 8 o'clock that night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
And they perpetuate. They'll come back again.
Yeah.
And they've been coming back since the last parade and everything else.
From a commerce purpose, I guess it really does serve. It's not only just about the parade and our culture and our Christianity, but I guess it has that positive effect also. Everybody that's open on the day really benefits from the amount of people that's going to be in the village. We would encourage, of course, not everybody can do it on every Sunday, but if you happen to stay open on a Sunday, that wouldn't be a bad one to pick. As I, as a businessman, know that it's very beneficial to Molly's, but it's also, I think it's very beneficial to the town as a whole.
Absolutely.
All the parades. Like every aspect of everything that's been going on in the town, as Norman says, for the last 4 or 5 years. You know, as you say, you look around, and I would say easily this town has 300 or 400 volunteers, from everything that happens with Mamaroneck shares, with the Chamber of Commerce, with the fire department. There's always something going on. This is the little town that can, in my mind. You know, it's the friendly village in a million ways. And it's the little engine that can and does all the time. So we've a lot of new stuff all the time coming up. We just had a fantastic parade for one of our local heroes.
Right.
We just had a fantastic parade. And I mean, there's another example of
another facet. The Village of Mamaroneck is probably the most diverse and cultural town, or actually village in this area. And I can tell you, as the mayor's viewpoint, that this is a dynamic event for the Village of Mamaroneck. It continues the village to become a destination point. While there are other towns struggling with their chambers of commerce and empty stores, you have very few, if any, empty stores on Mamaroneck Avenue. If there is, it's not going to be empty too long. People come in continuously. When we have these marketing studies, when people come to the mayor's office to discuss having a business in the Village of Mamaroneck, we are actually #1 in Westchester County on their marketing studies. And I think it all comes to, not the elected officials, I say this all the time, it comes to the store owners, it comes to the residents, and the volunteers that make it a great place. That party for Carly Rose Santa Claire we did in 2 weeks, and people came out, and it was great. Fireman's Parade, you have probably, in my estimation, the best volunteer fire department in Westchester County. You have over 200 members, most of them active. Not only do you have a safe haven and safety in living here, but it saves you money. It saves us millions of dollars a year, and that's what you guys are contributing to. So it's just a multifaceted event. Of course, most of it is to have a great time, and that, believe me, you will have a great time. So I invite, bring your friends, your families, your relatives, your cousins, everybody. And remember, everybody's Irish. There's no problem.
Right. When I look back on last year, you start to gather your thoughts a little, and everybody from the South Shore, like we had participants from Portchester, Harrison, Larchmont, Rye. We had participants all the way up and down. If people were to just realise, there is 2 other parades on that day. No, the big parade in New York City is on the Saturday.
On Saturday.
Is on the 16th. The other major parades in the Hudson Valley area are in Pearl River and Greenwich. I don't know what time they're on it. I do know, but I'm only listening. But they're on the same day.
We'll hold back.
No,
it's not important.
But for us here in this area, this is an easy parade to get to. You know, this is if you want to do, if you're going to pick a parade, and we probably got a population of maybe like 600,000 or 700,000 people within 4 or 5 miles. You know, with White Plains and then New Rochelle and Harrison, Ryan, all places.
New York City by train?
Absolutely. So if you wanted to pick a parade that is easy accessible, a lot of fun, this would be a good parade to come and see.
That's an important point, Norm. You can come by train from any one of the Sound Shore villages. You don't even have to drive. You can just hop a train and come right up at the train station. You'll be right in the middle of the parade.
That's
It's
right.
train, bus, you have 95, you have the Hutch from White Plains, Mamaroneck Avenue all the way down. It's very easily accessible. And if you don't want to drive and you plan on celebrating, be exuberant in your celebrating, be safe and take the train. So it's another event to do that.
If we could also mention, I think it might be a good time because we have a lot of requests from Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and we have from different organisations. The Irish Bloodhounds, you know, we have the big Irish Bloodhound dogs. We have lots of people that want to reach out and try and find a way to maybe march with us on that day. Now we don't have a number, but if you call, I can give Molly's number if that's okay on that.
Right, that's good.
Or they can go on the website.
On the website or call Molly.
Any email, any communication into that
What number
website.
Molly should they call?
Just call 899-3130 and ask for Mike. Leave a message if you want to march, if you want to come and see. If there's anything at all, we can reach out, especially about the scholarship.
899-3130. Did it too fast. Ask for Mike.
Yeah, so that would be a great way. So we are still looking to give away the scholarships. We are still looking for some people to march, especially locals from the area.
Right.
It's great to see the high school kids out. It's great to see the high school bands. Like there's 10 or 12 great bands that should be really marching with us. So we'd love to hear from those people if they want to march.
And we have the Junior Hockey League marching with us again. Last year, the younger kids. We do have some Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and Cub Scouts. And it's open to everybody.
Yeah, it is open to everybody. And as I say, if 3 or 4 more people that are groups, whatever, we'll fit them in on the day. It's Joe Morrow.
Everybody wants to march, right?
We'll slide right into that position.
Yeah.
What a job he did last year running the parade, getting it all organized. Oh, he did a fantastic job.
Joe is the guru. Joe is the guru.
He's the man.
Well, the march.
You sort of had a mini parade because when you were doing the logistics and he was lining everybody up, I think we spent more time taking pictures and hugging and everyone's laughing, having a good time. It was sort of had to push to get the parade started.
Right.
I think it's for the first parade. It's a huge. I remember the picture of the white chopper. We all took the first step, literally, and it was nice to see that it was documented and all that. I just think it's a fantastic. Anyone at the beginning of the parade, you saw everything from Irish setters to old Chevy trucks. You saw the iron sweaters. You saw how many shades of green. Who thought there was that many shades of green?
Right.
So you just see the diversity of everybody just putting a little touch. Whether it's like a green hat or whatever, with people with green shoes, green umbrellas, green. And it's a fantastic mix. Yeah. So we encourage that. We really do encourage that on the day. And just if we're anyway blessed with any type of weather like last year,
half the weather would be good. It was magical last year.
We'll break
I think
the
it was
record.
meant to be. And once you get that first parade in, it's an annual event, which, as far as the village is concerned, we look forward to it. Believe me,
great.
It's a great event for everybody. So.
Yes, a lot smoother. This year. We kind of know what we're doing.
Kind of.
We're getting better. We're getting better all the time. So it's just
We
great.
get every once in a while.
To wrap it up, just to take advantage of it, why don't you very quickly talk about the golf tournament for next year, so you get a little free advertisement.
Oh, that'd be
to do
great.
it.
Great.
That's a great event in itself.
This was my second year running the golf outing for the parade. First year it was very light, very small, but effective nonetheless. We were able to raise some money, just to help out with the cost. We have some terrific sponsors. People come across with great donations. This year we had a full golf outing. We had a full 100 people out there golfing. It was great.
We did it at Westchester Hills Country Club in White Plains. It's a great place to play golf. It's a great track.
Yep.
You do that again next year,
Absolutely.
same place?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And generally, around what time is the time of the year?
Well, we generally have it in September. We start advertising it probably midsummer or so, and it fills up quick. So keep it in the back of your minds if you want to join up.
Great.
Take
And
a
if
foursome.
someone wants to do a journal ad or anything like that, they again
Go to the website.
Contact website.
Yep. There's instructions on the website on how to get your journal ad in. It's basically a PDF of whatever you want in the journal, and there's different levels of sponsorship. There's 5 different levels that and you get a different color page depending on what your donation is. But it's very easy to do. Just get the form, send us the form, send us a check, and email us the ad, and you'll be in the journal.
Great. Well, I think we're running out of time. Hard to believe that we were worried about talking with these 4 people here. I think we probably talk for another couple of hours.
Yeah.
But I can only say, on behalf of the Village of Mamaroneck, beforehand, I want to thank you. You do a great job. You do a great service for the Village of Mamaroneck, and you are credit to your ethnicity, your Irish ancestry, and to actually what this country represents. You are part of the fabric, the American flag. So I thank you very much. And again, Mike, time and place.
Time is 1:30, but the date March 17th on a Sunday. This has been a year in the making for us. We just start planning the next one the day after, almost the day after. So a lot of effort. There's a lot of love gone into this parade, and a hell of a good time is promised. So March 17th, 1:30 on the avenue. Best avenue in the world for a parade, and we just can't wait to see everybody.
And Norm, we want to thank the village as well. The amount of work that the village does to get this parade off the ground as well. Everybody who works for you, the police department, the fire department, DPW, they do a fantastic job. It's just another layer of good people volunteering to a good cause.
Thank you. On behalf of the village, I accept the thanks for everybody. They do a great job.
And also a quick plug for everybody on our committee too.
Absolutely.
We all work. We're all volunteers, and we're all doing it, out of our hearts.
Thank you. That's the magic word in the Village of Mamaroneck, volunteering. I thank you very much and look forward to seeing everybody at the parade.
Excellent.
Yes.
New York City Department of Sanitation Emerald Society Pipe and Drum Band was formed in October 1993 by members of the department, independently from the job on a voluntary basis. Band is comprised of sanitation employees, ranging in title from sanitation worker to 4-star chief. Right behind them, who have we got, Jackie?
Let's see, we have the Habitat for Humanity.
It would be also our Grand Marshal, right?
Yes. Jim Pillerin. I've had the pleasure of meeting him in December at a holiday dinner for Habitat for Humanity from my Eastchester school, and I'm so proud to be part of a club. The Habitat for Humanity is wearing jerseys, being very spirited. It's great to see them out here.
Absolutely. We're going to listen to the sanitation department pipe and drum stand play for a while. They marched in yesterday's St. Patrick's Day parade also.
Great.
And they were fantastic in that parade too.
They're really capturing the audiences. I think everyone's enjoying them.
Absolutely. There's nothing like a St. Patrick's Day parade with the pipes and
It's
drums.
my favorite part.
They have a distinct sound.